Family, you're hungry for some fire? And this extra spicy jerk turkey burger is just what you need. We're talking about a burger with enough flavor to have your taste buds dancing like a reggae beat. So stay tuned for the full recipe so you can see how easy it is to make this at home. Okay, let's get started and welcome back. If this is your first time visiting me and checking in with me, then hello, what's good? I hope everything's all right. So we're going to just start by cutting up these bell peppers, and I have the different colors, red, yellow, and green. Why? We just have to have it that way, style and fashion. These are the peppers that I got from the farm. If you guys remember when I went and picked these peppers, you can go back and check my video. I always use fresh ingredients. But the thing about bell peppers, let me just give you a quick rundown. The green is the least sweetest of the bunch, and then I would say yellow comes next, and then red by far is the sweetest. Red is also the most nutritious because the red pepper is allowed to be ripened longer, meaning it spends more time on the vine, and therefore you have more nutrients in the red pepper. But as far as this for the burger, we're going to be cooking this down, and really and truly you can just use any color pepper. You don't really need to use too many different colors. It's just that I have it and it looks pretty, and One Love just came out, so you know it go. So here we're going to cut up a white onion, and just so you know, my rule of thumb when it comes to onions are yellow is for cooking, like if we're going to directly cook in a pot and cook it all the way down. White is if we're going to put it in like a burger or, saute it down and eat it like that. And then red I use like if we're going to do like a raw salad because it has a much sweeter and lighter taste. Okay. And a good one that you could use for this also would be a shallot. It's just as good. And here we got the almighty Scotch bonnet. This is one of my favorites. It's a must have for me. Even if I have to freeze them, I have to have Scotch bonnet because it's not just for the heat. The beauty about Scotch bonnet is also the flavor that it gives you. A lot of peppers like habaneros and those peppers, they're just hot. A lot of heat burning your mouth for no reason. This, it gives, as long as you don't mess with the seeds, this is really more about the flavor for me. So can't live without this. All right. So let's just get that all in a little bowl together, and we'll just mix everything up because all of this is just going to go into the turkey meat. So here we just have regular ground turkey. I got this from Aldi. I like to shop at Aldi out here. I don't know where you guys get your meats from, but we have a butcher, but they don't normally have good turkey meat, so Aldi naturally does. I want to say this is about 2 pounds of meat. So this is just an all-purpose seasoning that I'm using, that I make as a blend. It's just adobo, all-purpose seasoning, a little salt, little garlic, and some paprika. That's it. I'll put the link to the recipe in the description. And this is my jerk seasoning. Now this is a mild jerk seasoning. It's a dry jerk seasoning. If I was using beef, I would probably use the wet seasoning to give it a more intense flavor, but with the turkey, it's a milder meat, so you don't need that intense flavor from the wet seasoning. And that's why we added the Scotch bonnets, to give it a little bit more heat, because this is an extra spicy jerk turkey burger. So all we're going to do, we're going to add the little peppers and the onions and the Scotch bonnet and just kind of, incorporate that into the meat right now. We just want it everywhere so that every bite you get some of it, the flavor. That's pretty much where we're at with this. And then I'm just going to season it a little bit more with the rest of the seasoning, and because you want every bite to be flavorful. This is the whole point of this. And then I'm going to also just add a little bit more of the jerk seasoning just for the extra little flavor what we ever have, right? Okay, so now that's done, we're going to go ahead and make our patties. This is the fun part of the deal. This is relative to what you want. If you're a greedy person, you make them bigger. If you're not that greedy, you make them smaller, right? The thing about it, you want it to be somewhat thin. You don't want these to be thick because we're going to make these almost like smash burgers. That one, even this patty is a little thick. So let me make this one a little bit thinner, right? And it's relative. It's to you. Just try and make it around a little bit bigger than the size of the bun, because it's just going to shrink down just a little bit. So that's it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up and get outside and start the fire. Alright, so the fire is ready. So I'm gonna use my cast iron pan, and I like the cast iron for outdoor cooking, especially when you're gonna do burgers, frying any kind of fish or anything like that. Right? It holds the heat really well and gives the burger a nice crisp. So I'm just gonna spray it down with some what do you call that? Butter spray. Just I don't have any oil available, so the non-stick spray. And then we're just gonna add our burgers right now. Make them go ahead and crisp up. I'm actually gonna make two kinds of burgers today. I'm gonna do two different styles. The first one is just gonna be the basic one that we seasoned already with the peppers and everything. And then the second one I'm gonna add a little twist to it, a little secret twist. So if you stick around, you get to see what that secret is and how you can level up the burger to make everybody be like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So after about 5 minutes or so of making it fry, don't touch it, you're gonna just turn it. And remember now, we're gonna do this like a smash burger. If you don't have to, you can make them cook like this on each side and you'll be just as good. But for this particular thing, we're gonna smash it down. So here we have a burger press, and you see we're using the non-stick spray again, and you just put it down on there. It's just a cast iron weight almost, to be honest. It's the same exact thing as what the pan is made out of. And then you just let that go for about another 3-4 minutes, you see. So you want to do that so it doesn't really stick to it. And that's it. Right now these burgers are pretty much done. I'm just going to give them another flip because everybody needs extra well done in the household, but these are done, and these are done well done as they are right now. So this is just like overkill at this point. So let me just take these off. As you can see, these are nicely cooked and have a nice little brown color to them, exactly what we wanted, right? And then at this point I'm just gonna add like a little butter because we're gonna do the buns and add some onion to it. So what we're gonna do with this onion, this is the white onion. This has two uses, right? So for me, I'm flavoring the pan, but also if you want sauteed onions on your burger, you can also use them for that too. So it has two uses, but for me it's just kind of to add some little flavor to the pan. And also, if I'm gonna be honest, when you put the onion in the pan, the neighbor them go crazy and like, what are you cooking over there? It smells so good, right? So and now these buns, you don't want them on there too long, so you have to watch them. That's all you want, it just a nice little toast, and that's it. And then as I told you, the onions now, we just keep making them go because they're really fragrant. And remember, white onions are perfect to go on the burger because of their little mild flavor. They don't have that strong overbearing flavor like the yellow onions, which I see a lot of you use. But yellow onions is for cooking when you go cook oxtail and really cook it down and you want a strong flavor. But something to go on a burger, white, or like I said, if you even want to do them raw, you can do the red onions, right? So here we're gonna do the second burger, and this is the one that I'm gonna add a little secret touch to it. You ready? Right? A little more onion flavor. Voila, don't go nowhere. And this is for adults only, right? This is only for the adults. Boom! See it there? Macallan 12. So this just a little tip, right? You don't want too much of it. You don't want to overpower it. We just want to get it infused in there. That's it. It's gonna help me get a better crisp and crust. You see that? Look at that. I shouldn't even be showing you guys this. You know, I'm actually giving away the little secret touches that I do. And then we're gonna put the burger press on there again and make that go, and we're done. Right? All right, guys. That's it. We're just about finished. Let's go and build these burgers now and get ready to eat. This is where the extra spicy part comes in, right? I'm going to be using this P.F. Chang's red chili hot sauce because it's what I have. It's not necessarily the hottest thing you can use, but again, we already have Scotch bonnet and jerk seasoning in the burger, so we don't want to die. We just want it to give us a nice spice. And when I say extra spicy, I mean extra spicy for the average person, you know, because somebody like me, I actually eat raw Scotch bonnet peppers, so this is not gonna, you know, we're not using ghost chili peppers, right? We still want to be able to eat it and enjoy it. So if you don't want to do that, you can use ketchup. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Do whatever you want. So now, after I get the lettuce on there, if you notice what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a piece of tomato. But instead of making this like a thin piece of tomato, we're going to cut a big, thick piece of tomato. And the reason why we're doing this, again, because of the spice level. So this is just to cut down the spice. You see? I don't have any cheese. If you had cheese, that would help you also. But I don't really like burgers with cheese. And then now the last touch we're going to do is add my escovitch sauce on there. Now, you know, you can check for the past videos, and I'm gonna have a current one also of making this escovitch sauce, which we normally eat this with fish, but it also goes well with burgers and just about anything else you can think of. I'm pretty much done there, guys. That's it. Thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe, and definitely put me on the notification. One love.